Every picture tells a story, and every picture maybe has a legend to it as well. What's the legend here? Well, that's an interesting question, because this looks like a Renault Clio, doesn't it? Maybe a little bit smarter, a little bit fancier, a little bit of a body kit on it. But then you come through here and you start seeing legends again, and you start reading another legend and yet another legend over there, because there's so many cues and so many clues to legends over here. Because what do these letters I keep showing you actually mean? Well, open the door and maybe you get an answer. Because what does that say to you over there? Renault Sport. Absolutely. The Renault Sport Renault Clio RS. Inside the Clio RS, or the Renault Sport Legend, you can see it certainly is a sports version. The little red stripes even on the gear shift. The seats, which of course are very much sports seats with the very good bolstering, which I have to say, the one limitation being if you're slightly wider of girth, shall we say, maybe could cause you a little bit of an issue over there. But there are also very interesting little tweaks, like when you start up the engine, have a look at the legends that come onto the dashboard. And of course, this over here that tells you RS. And this is the RS monitor, which is a fascinating set of readings and instrumentations, etc., lap times you can do. You can see what the tires have done and items like this. It is the most amazing bit of technology. Your torque, your braking, you can go through. This will take me all day to show you all of these, but it shows you acceleration times, it shows you everything you want if you really want to go into power modes, your 0 to 50 times, etc. I played with that a little bit, not too much of course. And then you can of course just get out of that and go to your standard touchscreen technology, which has everything you would possibly want on a touchscreen system from every car, with navigation, with everything else you want. But the RS is not about tricks and games, besides, as I said, the screen with all the technology for what you're playing with. The RS is all about performance, and it has to be, because it's got a 1.6 litre turbo 4-cylinder engine putting out a massive 147 kilowatts and 240 newton meters of torque. That is lots of power from this relatively small car. You can see the steering wheel, nice fat, almost flat bottomed effect, the RS legend over there, and of course behind, not just tiny little flappy paddles, but significant paddles for you to play with. 6-speed automatic gearbox in this version, potent gearbox. The 6-speed version, I think, because of the extra power and extra technology involved and items like that. You have your multi-functions on your steering wheel, as it is pretty much normal these days, cruise control, etc., all those items on your steering wheel. And the unusual Renault trick that is still there for your sound system, your volume and your audio source, that I find a bit unusual, but it certainly is a Renault feature as well. You come down to the dashboard itself and you'll find that of course you do get a slightly different effect to the climate control from certain other Clios as well, and down to that key card system that Renault use and the stop-start button over there. The red legends are everywhere, including even on your air vents over here on the side. So the cues are there that this is something extra, something mean, and it certainly lives up to it, because so many cars may hint at extra performance, hint at extra power, but not deliver. Well, the Clio RS delivers the goods. On the move, it just is, if you want a city car, and you can tootle around, you can play around, and you can take it nice and easy, and you can drive it very, very gently in auto mode, and you can see it's actually quite a nice car. Obviously, your front suspension has been firmed up quite heavily and made a lot firmer, a lot more direct. The handling is superb on this car. It certainly takes a longer road, a sweeping, sportier bit of drive, and it certainly takes it exceptionally well and handles it really, really well. But things like speed bumps at lower speed are not an issue in a car like this, and that's useful because it means it is a usable everyday car as well, thrown in with all the extra performance. So you get all of these in the mix. You want the hooligan to come out, you want to play, the RS invites you to come and do that. You want to drive it as an everyday drive? Well, you can do that too, because you've also got amazing power from this engine when you want to use it. So it's really an every man's car for every use in every way. What I've left out, of course, is every vehicle has to have a price, and you've got to pay a price for it. You can't compare this to a standard Clio or any other standard pretty hot hatch, because that's very difficult. So you're looking at, let me tell you, for this version, 399,000 Rand, let's call it 400,000 Rand, to put you behind the wheel of something pretty special. Interesting that I thought Renault sneaked the RS onto the market fairly quietly in South Africa, but it's here, and for fans of sporty, hot Renaults, it certainly is a great option. It's got the performance you want, it's got the power, it's got the look, although I find this one is fairly subdued and almost a bit subtle, Q car-ish maybe, but it's nice in a way, and that's quite nice. At 400,000 Rand, you're getting a car you can use every day, but you certainly could go and play with this car as well, if that's what you have in mind. Overall, there may be a couple of competitors, but this is something for the enthusiast. And if you are an enthusiast, if you are a car nut like I am, let me tell you, take a look at a Clio RS if you can get your hands on one, because I don't think there are going to be many of these, and I certainly don't think they're going to last for very long. For Motor Matters, I'm Alan R, and I'll see you next time.